General's house, and Father Sanchez said, he was from Mexico, General Light loves all priests, but Jim is the Saint John. I was the beloved disciple.
There you go.
Hold on.
Who do I appeal to here?
There is no high, you're sitting across the highest authority. So, Sean Lamb, Air Force Security Forces, he's a cop. He has been deployed more times than I can count, more days than I can remember. He's in charge of keeping those of us who work inside the wire safe. And he was with me this past year at Air War College. His regular job, he's a reservist. He was activated for the full year. His regular job is keeping you safe. Because when you fly, he's a federal air marshal. And he has logged thousands, hundreds of thousands of miles, hundreds of trips to Israel and other places. And he's become a great friend. He's a Jersey boy, and he's a great patriot. My friend Tim and Katie Woods. I love you. You too, brother. I'll just skip that. Just know that they're family to me, and they were there in good times and in bad, in sickness and in health. Okay, thank you, Lisa. All right, so I got over it. So we met in Korea. Korea was a tough year, a lonely year. We bonded, we became friends. Katie was there. I went through their own struggles, not as a couple, but in life. Was blessed to bless their premature twins in the hospital. The first set of twins, they had two. Got to baptize them. Was at their home for more Christmases, Thanksgivings, and Easters than I remember. And their kids call me Uncle Jimmy, which is music to my ears. And Tim and Katie call me friends, which is even more important to me. Thank you. So I got a lot of family here too, and as you would expect. First, I was telling Barry, we both started crying. Barry and Mary Ellen Brock, who were he shouted Morris County from the cube. Did you say Morris? Is it Morris or to say Morris County? Kinloch. That's what I should think.
He couldn't remember Kinloch.
So these are my mother's cousins and Aunt Mary Ann's cousins. They have been great friends of our family. Well, they're family to our family. They have been supporters. We love their kids, their grandkids. They love us and our grandkids. And I'm so happy that they're here today. I have been blessed to reconnect with my father's side of the family. The Hamels, the Bows, Joanne, Patty, whom I don't think I ever met before today. Paul, whom I don't believe I've met, but I've heard your name for the time I was a child. Thank you for being here. I'll get there, Mom. Thank you. Joanne and Paul's son served honorably in the Air Force. We met each other a few times at Andrews Air Force Base. I don't know what that makes us. What relation? We're first cousins, but he kept calling me father and being very deferential. I said, please, just call me Jim. Yes, father. So, anyway, we had a great talk at my sister's celebration a few years ago, 2004. Great that you're here. Patty, thank you for being here. My cousin Ray. like his father, he's admired my career from afar. He's been so supportive. He sends me emails a couple times a year, pictures, telling me how proud he is. He's honored to know a colonel in the Air Force. He's so supportive. And I know he grew up with a father who was very, very proud of me as well. And I'm glad, Ray, that he raised you and your brother and your sister, Louise and Peter, and your dear mom, Cecile. And I'm so blessed that I believe that your father finally, when he died a few years ago, was able to heal from the wounds that no one could see. And you were part of that. And so was my dad. And I'll keep moving on. So Samantha and the love of her life, AJ, are here. Samantha's my youngest cousin, I think. Are you? Yes. I'm getting Philip's in a different category. Samantha's my youngest cousin. She and her dad and mom were so dear to our family. She was like a little sister to us. She has achieved all her dreams. She's flying jets for the airlines, and so is her beau, AJ. They're so supportive. AJ's an Air Force vet, and no family celebration would be complete without Samantha. And AJ, you round us out. Thank you. So, I know time is running on here. So I've got another side of the family. Not to trump one over the other. Don't take that as a political comment. But we reflected sort of ruefully that perhaps the Hamel side didn't stay in as close of touch as we could have. But one side of the family that we certainly stayed in close as touch as possible was the her side of the family. Marianne, my Aunt Marianne, her son Thomas, where is Thomas? Donnie, her grandson Philip, her other children who are not here, Tina, Robert, and Andre. Extension of the same family. It's Hamel's and hers. They're interchangeable. And Aunt Marianne, you have been, let me cross that out. You have been such a big supporter of my vocation, of my military service, of our family, those who could be here, those who could not. You challenge us to reach out and make bridges where there may be walls. So thank you for that. You've got beautiful children and beautiful grandchildren and a beautiful husband who could not be with us today because he's back in Switzerland. But thank you for being here. Thank you for being my mom's confidant and dearest, oldie, but dearest sister. And I love you and your family. Thank you for being here. So I've got a few siblings here, myself, Lisa, wave, Lisa, my oldest sister, Margot, my second oldest sister, Kathy, my youngest sister, and unfortunately my brother Henry and my sister Cynthia could not be here, but 6 children, all different. Jack, welcome. I'll talk to you in a second. One of the things, the best things about coming home is, and I don't mean this in any pejorative way, is I'm just Jimmy. I'm not father. I'm not chaplain. I'm just the brother that used to poke them and push their buttons and tease them and grow with them and cry with them and hopefully grow in our love for each other and try to relate to each other as is appropriate to our age and status in life. That said, I'm still just Jimmy, and that's how it must be. I am your brother. I love you. I love your children. And thank you for being here. So, finally, if I have forgotten anybody, I deeply regret that. Yeah, I haven't forgotten that. So,
That's right.
I tried to write down everyone whose name was coming and put them on this list. And at the top of the list are my mom and dad.
This is going to be hard.
They fostered my vocation, as did Monsignor Phil. They modeled the faith to me, for all of us. They've been married 57 years, never had a fight.
You've been away.
My mother, bless her heart, said to me the other day, I want you to know, Jim, I'm sorry to tell you this story, Mom. I want you to know I pray for you every day, but some days I forget. But I assure you, and no, Archbishop Rolia, please don't, outside of the office of readings, I am sure that my mother prays, and does my father, far more than I do. They pray for all their children, their grandchildren, their relatives who've gone before us. My dad especially prays for his beloved brothers. My mother prays for her brother and her parents. And they pray for me, and they pray for all of us, their grandchildren. And my father would, if he could, goes to Mass every day, reads, counts the collection, gives communion, and is still an example of the faith to me. So when I said I want to recommit today at the homilies, I want to recommit with the great examples of some of these priests here, and the great example of Christian faithfulness that my parents have been as an example to. So Mom and Dad, thank you very much. I love you beyond what I can say. And I think I'll stop. Thank you.